Who's the best Dragon Ball third-party figure producer? Hello my fellow Dragon Ball figure fans. As you know, there are many third-party figure producers like Demoniacal Fit, Tonsenarttoys, Beast Deities, Blackhole Toys, and even new ones like LS Studios with their upcoming Moro figure, KW Studios with Cell and Cell Jr. figures, then there's SSS Studio with Super Saiyan 3 Trunks variants. The point is, there's quite a bit of them out there, but who do you feel is the best? Well, for me, I believe there's a big three out of them, and those three are Demoniacal Fit, Tonsenarttoys, and Beast Deities. At least for now, they seem to be the most relevant and consistently giving us really good figures to add to our collection. So let's talk about the three and I'll give you my opinion of which of them I think is the best at this time. Let's begin with the one that's been around the longest, which is Demoniacal Fit, who used to also be called Possessed Horse. And correct me if I'm wrong, but as a Dragon Ball SH Figuarts collector who started collecting around 2015, I recall them being around sometimes then. And I know for a fact, they were making Frieza soldiers way before Bandai Tamashii entered the Namek saga. In fact, they even released their version of Captain Ginyu, Jeice, and Guldo before Bandai Tamashii even announced them, and since then, they've been pretty consistent in giving us figures. Not to say they never released bad figures, but even that is subjective. They do love to copy Bandai Tamashii releases though. For example, Bandai will announce a Super Saiyan Vegeta, here goes Demoniacal Fit announcing their own counterpart version. Though it does give other collectors a chance to own a less expensive figure, I still would prefer them to actually release some of the figures they teased from way back, such as Demoniacal Fit version of Yamcha in the Dragon Ball series and Kid Trunks from the Buu saga, just to name a few. Overall, I would say Demoniacal Fit is a solid choice for third parties. Plus, after that Bojack Trunks and what looks like an actual soon-to-be-released Gogeta Janemba movie colors, I can see good things coming from them. Moving on to Tonsenarttoys, I really like this company. Even before they released their full figures of Trunks, I was buying their Vegeta head sculpts and other accessories. And who remembers that Buu Tanks kit for your SH Figuarts Super Buu? That was pretty nice. And from then on, they just stayed being relevant. Not to mention Kid Buu, the fact that they chose to make a famous villain that's not yet in SH Figuarts, a whole brand new mold, which they made so accurate, it's hard to complain. But as long as you don't move it around too much, because different pieces will fall off on their own, at least that's my experience with it. But it's either that for me or wait for Bandai Tamashii to release theirs in who knows when. So that being said, Tonsenarttoys are another solid third-party figure producer. Now, with Beast Deities, which used to be Kong Studio before, this company gave us the first 3.0 Super Saiyan 3 Gokus that was better than the SH Figuarts one. It's the best looking one out there in my opinion. They also made a lot of more versions of Goku 3.0 figures. I think they have all the versions of Goku except for Ultra Instinct, but correct me if I'm wrong. Then, out of nowhere, they gave us multiple versions of 3.0 Brolys, and those were just downright awesome figures. Now, it seems they're focusing on multiple versions of Vegeta in 3.0 body sculpts, which is just excellent. I've only seen pictures of those Vegetas, but I am convinced they're up there with the best. In fact, I've ordered one of the B15 and waiting for mine in the mail. So hopefully you guys can check out my quick review on that in the next few days or so. But yes, from the looks of it, Beast Deities is here to stay. Relevant, and if I'm being honest, I think Beast Deities win top 1 for me because they're really the ones taking it a step further with the body molds in 3.0, which is the direction where the future is heading with these figures. But regardless, all of these three are solid in my book. Anyway, with all that talent, I just hope someone out there gives us their version of Super Android 13, Full Power Bojack, and Janemba, as I will gladly purchase them. But what about you? Do you have a favorite third-party figure producer? And what third-party figures are you looking forward to get or wish they make? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and please like, subscribe, and check out my other videos. That's all for now. Thank you everyone, and have a blessed day.